Watching 75-year-old grandmother Laura Huang glide so gracefully across the dance floor, you wouldn't imagine that she was a sickly child and ill for most of her adult life. You couldn't guess either that she was accident-prone.
Born Second World War. During that time, I was a baby, very sick baby because of the war. Throughout my life, I never enjoyed good health. Until I turned to 60 years old, I met a doctor from Taiwan. She organized a fasting camp, very strict fasting. And I find that it's not just for lose weight. I become organic vegetarian. I follow strictly for almost 10 years. Then my skin become nice also, and people say I look young. This is the main key. I strongly believe you are what you eat. From my 70 years old, I tell myself, I want to stand up again, to have a new life. So I started ballroom dancing and I'm doing well.
Even a heart attack failed to dampen Miss Huang's joie de vivre. She underwent surgery last October and had 4 stents inserted to widen her constricted heart vessels. Not only did this save her, but gave her a second lease of life. Her heart condition was also a wake-up call to take it easy. Miss Huang used to dance every day, but under doctor's strict orders, now rests on alternate days.
I forget for my age, actually, I have to slow down. This is my problem. Doctor always warned me, you don't forget how old you are. I carry on, then my mind is very active. Dancing is very good because you have to coordinate with your partner. You have to think your footwork, the music, everything, so make your mind work. I don't like exercise, but dancing is very nice.
According to the World Health Organization, most developed world countries have accepted the chronological age of 65 years as a definition of elderly or older person. But for women, most start experiencing significant changes to their bodies in their late 40s and early 50s due to menopause. The effects of this also bring on a host of emotional challenges, one of which is body image.
Many of them actually start to sort of feel that, as they age, they feel less attractive. Maybe they're putting on a little bit of weight, their energy is down, maybe libido is reduced as well. And so they sort of find that their self-esteem tends to drop.
Since these problems don't occur overnight, but over months and years, Dr. Kwek suggests that rather than ignore them, women could perhaps prepare themselves mentally instead.
They sort of think, this is part and parcel of the change that I'm going to do, and then they suffer in silence, which is probably one of the worst things you can do, because they think it's not good to complain about them, because every woman goes through them. You actually can prevent some of these complications related to the menopause, particularly when it comes to more physical problems like bone strength, osteoporosis, heart disease, and things like that.
For cardiologist Dr. Chuang Suan-Hung, the aging process starts at birth.
We should not be dealing with illnesses and critical conditions. We should try to maintain wellness and health for as long as possible.
All is not lost even if the elderly discover an onset of chronic conditions. Dr. Chuang says there are ways to improve health after the 65-year mark.
If they exercise regularly, eat healthily, sleep enough, handle their stress appropriately, and that if they can't, make an effort from then onwards to see their doctors, go for a regular check, and keep all these risk factors or disease under control, they can still lead a very healthy and meaningful life.
But he adds, aging is not just a health problem alone, but a societal one as well.
There need to be efforts from every department, from governments with their policy makings to building facilities, ramps, staircases that are friendly, transportation that are friendly, to things like insurance policies that will help to cover the elderly, the sick and the elderly. And there must be also additional effort to impart and educate the family members on how to look after their aging parents, the healthcare workers to how to take care of this elderly population, and to the community as a whole.
Aging actively does go beyond just a person's physical activities. The psychological aspect is equally important.
Actually, I think a lot of it starts from a mental well-being issue. Because a lot of women I see, they, apart from the lack of self-esteem, they sort of feel that, everything is going downhill from now and they're just not doing anything. And then so they get into this sort of emotional inertia where they just feel, I think I'll just stay home today. And then the friends call me out for lunch or dinner, but I don't feel like going. And that, over a period of time, leads to a downward spiral where you actually just end up cocooning yourself and not getting out and doing things.
Invariably, this leads to other health issues: weight gain, brittle bones, and a diet limited in nutritional value, creating a cycle of negativity.
We want to add years to our life, but it's also just as important to add life to our years. We don't want them to just focus on medical conditions and be very negative about it. We want them to also think of other aspects of wellness, including their psychosocial behavior, maintaining a good, cordial relationship with loved ones, remaining useful to the society by engaging in civic or voluntary activities. All these are what we call part of health. Successful aging is not just about keeping healthy. It's also about remaining active, engaging in society, and feeling that sense of fulfillment as they grow older.
In Ms. Huang's case, the sense of fulfillment and self-worth comes from moving her feet across the dance floor. Participating in and winning competitions don't hurt either. Once reserved and introverted, the retired classical piano teacher says her peers have noticed her become more chatty and expressive.
I can't imagine if I stopped dancing, staying at home alone, and every day I feel that I'm not well, feeling ill. But when the time comes for dance lesson, I just walk in and I can dance. This is very good. All people around me think I'm crazy. Why should I learn dancing so seriously? It's very hard to influence them to come to dance. Like my classmate, my old friend, they just grow old. I tell them dancing is the best thing.